folks, I'm glad you're here. Please like and definitely share this video. You may have heard that the Biden administration is sending 1,500 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border to get ready for the surge of migrants coming across when Title 42 ends. Title 42 prevented the entry of illegals into the U.S. because of the corona pandemic era restrictions. These troops, and I want to emphasize, are not going to perform law enforcement functions. They're not even going to interact with migrants. They're only going to be there for 90 days, and they're going to do data entry. Enter all the information that is gathered from the illegals. They're also going to be working in warehouse and other administrative tasks. The southern border has been hammered over the past 2 years, by an unprecedented influx of illegal immigrants, leaving border control authorities struggling to keep up with limited resources. Past 2 years. Biden's been in office for 2 years and 3 months. Frantic preparations are underway in El Paso, Texas, ground zero for the border crisis. The city has already seen an increased influx with about 1,460 illegal border jumpers a day, according to the U.S. Border Patrol. An estimated 40,000 migrants who want to seek asylum in the U.S. are amassing in Juarez, Texas, waiting for Title 42 to be lifted. Just last Monday, or maybe the Monday before, in 3 days, the agents had arrested over 22,000 people, including 2 sex offenders, 1 convicted of murder, and 1 gang member. And let's not forget about the illegal Mexican who murdered 5 people. They were Honduras refugees, and he had been expelled from the U.S. 4 times before he murdered those 5 people. Just last year, and it goes from September to September, more than 2 million illegal immigrants were apprehended at the southern border and returned to Mexico under the Title 42 policy. The U.S.-Mexico border is over 1,960 some miles long, and there's currently 2,700 National Guard members there at the border. Just so far this year, Border Patrol has reported over 1 million migrant apprehensions in the fiscal year of 2023, with another 6 months to go, where compared to last year, there was 2.2 million apprehensions along the southern border. Nearly 250,000 migrants traveled through Panama's Darien Gap in 2022 on their way to the U.S. and other destinations, an all-time high according to the Panamanian government figures. In March alone, 38,000 migrants crossed over the mountainous jungle, an increase of 55% from February. The busiest sections in Texas have been El Paso, Del Rio, and the Rio Grande Valley. There was one fellow, he actually got images where someone for the Border Patrol is actually clearing away tall trees and brush to make it easier for them to come across the Rio Grande River. El Paso, Texas declared a state of emergency beginning at 12:01 a.m. yesterday, Monday, and that state of emergency will last for 7 days before it goes before the city council to ratify it for another 30 days, the mayor said. The declaration will help the city to open up emergency shelters and use federal funds. The city is preparing to open up 2 temporary shelters at the vacant Bassett Middle School in central El Paso and Moorhead Middle School on the west side. The city is working with the American Red Cross, churches, and charities to provide shelter, and will be enforcing no camping laws, and will continue cleanups of blankets, waste, trash, as safety and health measures at migrant campsites. The mayor also emphasized that El Paso police will not enforce immigration law, which is a federal purview. There are concerns that migrant sidewalk camps could fester crime, health and safety hazards if left to grow. There were 5 calls tied to camps regarding the exploitation of young women and drugs over the weekend, the mayor mentioned. The city is asking the public not to drop off donations at encampments. It encourages those large congregations on the street. So it sounds like they're not enforcing the no camping law. The challenges facing the city of El Paso are due to unprocessed and unsponsored migrants, the official said. Unprocessed migrants are basically migrants who illegally enter the U.S., circumvented the process at the border, and don't have permission to travel onward. The unprocessed migrants are a great concern because the city can't house them in shelters, receiving federal funding due to their immigration status. El Paso is working on plans where migrants can be transported by overnight charter buses directly to the Houston airports, where they would catch flights to their destinations. Similar migrant surges are occurring in other places of the Texas border. In Brownsville, shelters are struggling to find space for migrants who authorities said have abruptly begun crossing by the thousands from Mexico. Since last week, officials said that more than 15,000 people, mostly from Venezuela, had illegally crossed into Brownsville area, a sharp rise from the 1,700 migrants that the Border Patrol encountered in the first 2 weeks of April. In total, they're saying that somewhere between 700,000 to 1 million illegals have assembled at the border, ready to surge across the southern U.S. border on May 10th or May 11th. I'll briefly show you a part of the video of them clearing out the trees and the brush to make it easier for them to cross over. Yeah, rather shocking, isn't it? So, what are your thoughts? Please put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, please share, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.